Great day, the righteous marching, 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 marching of Zion's law. Great day, the righteous marching, great day, the righteous marching, great day, the righteous marching, marching of Zion's law.
Bass, alto, tenor, soprano, just a big fat U sound, not very loud, but just a fat vowel. Here we go, lule, bass to start. Remember to hold field until the downbeat, so you keep counting. So field off, and then you're going to really drag that slowly. Okay, this is a whole different idea. I love this piece. Can we go to the word fade on measure 31?
Want me to switch to tenor now?
Sure.
Cool.
Right on that note. So bass, tenor, alto, soprano, soloist. Okay, measure 31. So we're just singing fade, and we're gonna hold 6 beats. 3, 4. Fade.
As flowers blossom in the field, and birds try as heaven shall be much greater.
That sounds so great. This is beautiful. Holy mackerel. Oh, this is gorgeous. I don't want to hear anybody else ever sing this piece again. This is so beautiful. Look, everything sounds really good. You're really on this, and this is an easy piece for us. Be very careful, especially in the altos. When we move some certain words, there's a diphthong going on. My love, just keep your tongue out of it. Afraid. You'll hear release. Okay? That's important because you're trying to get a lot of warm sound in there. So, but I don't want you to sing too much quietly. Just keep the long vowel going, everybody. Okay, next, love. Sounds really good, everybody. Look, we're not getting on these big chordal type things. It's just obvious when we're not getting into the vowel quick. So it's little life. So imagine an A vowel there. Can we all do that? Pick up to 9. So right with me. 1, 2. Let the life I lived. What? Pick up to measure 9. Oh. 1, 2.
I'm Caroline. Today I moved into an apartment in Brooklyn, New York City. I'm an actor, and so I have been splitting my time between New York City and the Berkshires. Whenever I'm up in the Berkshires, I spend as much time with Berkshire Lyric and their various programming as I can. I'm 23. The first time I sang with Ubi Caritas was, I think, in 2014.
Wow.
Yeah. and I was in the Choral Scholars Program, and I assist with the Blayfield Children's Chorus as well. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
And we're doing choral camp
We're doing choral camp
right here tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I gotta
Little
get
kids.
my name tag out with my name on it. I did some music directing with an a cappella group in college.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Williams College in Williamstown, which was great. I majored in theater there, and I also did a lot of music. So the camp is going to be a great time.
Do you think classical singing is different than Broadway singing, and you can kind of do both? Is that a good thing?
I think it's a great thing. I think that I couldn't do any other type of singing that I do without having a classical foundation and a foundation in group singing. I think it teaches you generosity in your craft and also just as a person, as a singer, and it helps technically as well to get that foundation for musical theater or popular styles of music.
And you're going to do a lot of both in the future, I know.
I hope so. I hope to do more music.
Thanks, Caroline. You're
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, this is Charlotte. Welcome, Charlotte.
Hello.
Charlotte, how long have you been involved with Berkshire Lyrics? It's our 10th anniversary for Ubi.
I have been involved for about almost a year now.
Cool. And what did you do this? Oh yeah, last year. That's right. You started in the fall.
Mhm.
So we did Christmas concerts.
Christmas concert, the Fare concert, and
Chamber
concert, and then the most recent at Ozawa Hall.
The big one.
Mhm.
So this is your first time singing with Ubi?
Yeah.
What's different about Ubi from all these other choirs you've sung with?
It's about more age peers. It's a lot closer knit together. There's just it. To me, feels a little bit more of like a family. Not to say that the rest of them aren't families. It just there's a lot more people who are close.
Right.
And they're people who are really, we're close in age, we're close in ability, we're close
Right.
in all sorts of things. So it's
Right.
a lot of fast-paced, getting things done and having people who actually do the work and actually practice. And
Right.
it's amazing.
That's cool. That's cool. The one thing I particularly have always liked about Ubi is the age spread, because we do
Mhm.
have kids like high school, college, and then a lot of the anchors are people who are 24, 26 and stuff. So it broadens the sound out and the experience. But it's all very relatable. What's your favorite piece in this concert?
In this concert,
Yeah. Put you on the spot.
I would say Love. I think
Oh, yeah, Matthew Emery, a piece called Love. We have some really, really beautiful text, and that's one.
Yeah, Love, it is what music is about to me. It's when you're singing, everyone's heart is beating together, and it's the one thing I say to everybody. But it's what's important about music to me. It's the togetherness, it's the love, the community. It's really just
Absolutely.
powerful. It's to the point that I don't really have words to put to it.
That's awesome. When somebody said today, when words are done trying to express something, music takes over.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. We get some text and we make it even bigger.
It's healing and powerful.
There you go. So this is Cal and Leah. Tell us about yourself and Berkshire Lyric. Oh, they're brothers and sisters.
Yes, we are.
You are.
Well, one brother and one sister, then multiple brothers.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I started Berkshire Lyric when I was 16 years old, singing baritone. And then I started singing in Ubi, I believe, when I was 18.
Yeah.
So I've been singing Ubi for 5 years.
I started singing with Berkshire Lyric, I think I was 12 or 11. And I started in the children's choir, and then I sang in melodious accord. And then I was a choral scholar for a while. And I started Ubi Caritas when I was 16, I think.
Right.
And I sang in the adult choir too.
You've sung in a lot of choirs. You've touched a lot of bases.
Yeah.
When you're a talented soprano, you get put to work at Berkshire Lyric. And now you're in college now. You're going to be a sophomore and you're studying voice.
I'm going to be a
You're
junior.
going to be a junior. Time's
Yeah.
flying, and you're studying voice.
I'm studying voice.
And you're getting
yes.
recitals together, and you're trying to do some Mozart arias, and you're going to be in our little group recital next week with 4 other people that are kind of in a similar boat.
Yeah.
So you like singing solo stuff too?
I love it. It's
Okay,
great.
cool. Cal, when are you going to start your opera career? Next year. What do you, Cal? Tell us about Ubi versus like the big concert choir. Like, is there anything you like better about it, or what's different about it? The small group.
I've always liked singing in a small group better. I don't have a reason for that. Just I like the sound of it, and being able to hear the people next to me, being able to hear most of the sections, but also hear people individually is I've enjoyed that experience.
Cool stuff. And you've also got a mom that's been singing with the choir, and you've got a younger sister that's gone through a lot of the kids' choirs too,
Yes.
who's also singing in this group.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you win. 3 of the other 20 talented people.
It's a family business.
It's a family business. Music's a good one to have. Thank you. You're awesome people. I've known them so long. This is Lucy and Julia, and I've known both of them since they were, I think, pretty young, before Ubi Caritas. When did you guys start?
I started when I was like 6 or 7. I've been trying to remember. It was at least 10 years ago. Because I was here for the 50th anniversary concert.
Okay, right.
I was 5, so
5. You know, that's not even allowed. You had to be 6 to be in the children's chorus, but you were so talented probably that we say, get her in there.
I think maybe.
Okay. And since then, list all the different Berkshire Lyric groups or programs you've been in.
Well, I was in Joe's chorus first. I was in
Right.
the front row group.
Right.
And then I was in Blayfield for a
Right.
while. And then I was in Melodious. I'm still in Melodious.
Right.
And
Melodious is the high school girl group,
yes.
so you haven't aged out of that, thank
Yes.
God.
Yet. And now I'm in Ubi Caritas. And then this past year I did the Berkshire Lyric Chamber group that did the Foray Requiem.
Right.
And I also am now, I guess, in the big choir.
Right, the big choir, Berkshire Lyric
Yeah.
Chorus, which did a concert at Ozell Hall. So, as I was saying to you earlier, you've probably sung more concerts with Berkshire Lyric since the end of the pandemic than anybody.
Yeah. And I was a choral scholar.
Oh,
this
choral
past
scholar.
year also.
Julie, tell us what choral scholars are, because you did all that too.
Choral scholars are musicians and vocalists who are usually in the teenage area range, and they perform a series of pieces that they've been working on through vocal lessons with Jack, and it's luckily free of charge unless they join, if they join the Berkshire Lyric Choir every Monday night. And
Almost every Monday.
Almost every
Almost,
Monday
yeah,
night.
we're pretty lax.
And it's very beneficial for the kids to show their talents because they've been working so hard for months.
We do recitals and things. It's good. What's I don't want to say what's your favorite group within Berkshire Lyric, but what's special about Ubi that keeps you coming in?
Ubi, as someone who has played the violin her whole life and is very particular about how things sound and was diagnosed with perfect pitch at a young age, I need to find a certain satisfaction in what I hear while I'm singing, obviously. And this is just perfect. It sounds amazing all the time. Even if we mess up, I cannot tell who messed up, why they messed up. And it's just a tight-knit group of talented people who know exactly the note that they're going to sing and how they're going to say it,
Right.
sing it, and when they're going to sing it, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And especially for me, and also in Melodious too, it's so nice to be around like young people who, you know, do this kind of thing and are really into it because, you know, you're in Berkshire Lyric and it's a lot of
Older folks say
people.
it. It's okay. It's older folks.
Oh, yeah, and then, you know, you go to Tanglewood and it's like a lot of times
Really
the
old
youngest
folks.
people there, and so it's nice to just be around sort of more peers who are into this kind of stuff.
Absolutely. And all this is important to us that you're in here because it changes the sound of the big group.
Mhm.
We wouldn't be singing the Brahms Schicksalslied or the Mozart Requiem without all these folks. So you two are totally awesome, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. And days are breaking in my soul. Oh, where are dear mothers? Oh, where are dear mothers? They are soaring seas of gladness, and days are breaking in my soul. Where are dear mothers? Oh, where are dear fathers? They have crossed the river shouting, and days are breaking in my soul. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. They are all like streams a-dancing, and days are breaking in my soul.
So hi, this is Dan. Dan, tell us about your relationship to Berkshire Lyric first of all.
So I've been involved in Berkshire Lyric for a very long time. I actually started around third grade with the children's choir for a couple of years. Actually fell out of it and then came back once I met Jack.
I bet your voice changed over those periods.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I sing bass 2 now, and
Yes,
back
he
then it
does.
was, you know, if not low alto, high tenor. So, but I met Jack through my voice lessons at the Berkshire Music School, and then from there he just, drove me into Ubi and Berkshire Lyric, and I haven't really looked back.
If I can find a young bass around, the word is drove. I would drive them here. I will beat them with sticks. And the first Ubi rehearsal. The thing about Ubi, we do a cappella music. Do you enjoy a cappella music?
Yeah, a cappella really has a special quality to it.
Yeah.
It's just so pure and crisp and human.
Whoa.
And
Yeah.
you really get a feel for the personalities of everybody involved, especially being involved in the choir, because you're moving and adjusting and, really flowing with the group itself.
Right.
And each choir is different because it takes on such a special tone within
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And a lot depends. You can have totally excellent groups from year to year with slightly different people in them. And then sometimes somebody comes back. I'm happy to see you because he has low E flats. And if you're doing a cappella music, at a high level, you need high notes and low notes. It brings the whole thing out. So that's good.
Yeah.
So let's see. You went away for a while. Where did you go to college?
I went to college at Worcester State initially, and I was a double major in music and psychology.
There you go.
I furthered a little bit of that, musical knowledge through college, and
you got it covered. Now, hopefully,
Yeah.
you can figure all this stuff out.
yeah.
Thanks for singing with us. We'll see you at the concert.
Yeah.
All right.
Happy to be here.
Easy. Lily, tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Lily Lothrop. I'm originally from Pittsfield. I'm 23 years old. I have been doing Ubi Caritas since the summer between my freshman and sophomore years of high school, which was in 2014, so that's like 8 years. I haven't been in it the whole time, just off and on when I've been back in the county from college till now. So I'm here this year, and that's exciting.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Smith College in Northampton.
And I remember telling you when you were a choral scholar at Berkshire Lyric that, you're going to Smith, you're going to love it, and you'll also be the best singer there. And you laughed. And I was right. Tell us why you like...
He was maybe right.
Tell us what's different about Ubi Caritas.
Ubi is wonderful. It's a very small group, and with most of these people, you've been singing with them for a number of years, so you know them and you know their voices really well. So that is always really helpful with a choir when you know, I sound really good with this person, or I just have a bond with this person. That always helps a choir sound better when you actually know and care about the people that you're singing with. Ubi also, we do a lot of a cappella music, so that's not using the piano or any other instruments, which is challenging, but the payoff is so rewarding.
What do you do in other musical things? What's in your horizon?
What's in my horizon?
What do you hope?
I'm currently a voice teacher in Troy, New York, and I'm preparing to apply to some young artist programs in the future. I'm getting my 5 aria package together, so I hope to be doing some solo opera performances, still be doing choirs, and still be doing teaching as well.
Lily, you're awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
So this is Fiona and Anson. And Fiona and Anson, what's the biggest thing coming up in your life other than this concert Sunday?
Well, I mean, that's a big one. But Anson and I are engaged and getting married on October 1st.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
And how come I'm going to be there?
Because you're my dad.
Pretty
and
good.
Walk me down the aisle.
Yeah. So Anson is a composer, and he's the composer in residence of Berkshire Lyric, and he's written 4 or 5 pieces for us over time. Tell us really quick about this piece. You wrote one that we're performing in this program.
Correct. This is called In a Veil. It shares the same title as a poem by Robert Frost, which the piece uses as its text. It's 4-part with divisi. It's very nostalgic and dreamlike, as you had said, and uses a lot of counterpoint and layering. So very proud of how it sounds, how it's come out.
It's really coming tonight, and you're probably happy that this group is singing it as opposed to the children's chorus or the giant oratorio choir.
Right. This is pretty much as good as it gets.
Yeah. We're doing it. Fiona, how long have you sung with Ubi?
I have sung in Ubi since it started, so 10 years. I started the summer I went to college. When I came back for summer break, I was included in this group. So I've been doing it for 10 years. And in addition to roping him into it several years ago, I also met one of my best friends through the choir who has also sung in it maybe 8 years. And she's going to be in our wedding. So
There you go. So that's
so-
good. And so she's another alto, and
Another
altos
alto.
are women of character who also show up.
Absolutely.
The sopranos won't be watching this tape.
Alto attendance is unparalleled.
It is. And you two are unparalleled. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Emma. How are you?
I'm good.
Emma, when did you start singing anything with Berkshire Lyric? Just recently.
Yeah, only since like a few months ago. Yeah, I saw the winter concert for Melodious Accord, and then I joined that, and then you asked me to do Ubi.
Here we are. So this is your first concert with Ubi.
It is.
That's great, because we've been talking to people who've been here for 10 years.
Yeah.
What's challenging or different about Ubi than some of your other choirs you've sung with?
Definitely the complexity of the music is greater than anything I've done so far. Also, I think just it really pushes you to become better. I had, you know, a good ear, and I have been singing for a long time, but within like the first 2 days of doing it, I was like, oh my God, like I can hear everything so much better, and I can isolate everything. It's like I got like leaps and bounds better with just like a couple of days.
Cool. So you do lots of theater.
I do.
So just short list all the different theater type companies. Berkshire's is a big theater place. So what kind of things?
Big theater place. Yeah, primarily I work with Berkshire Theater Group, but I also do stuff with Berkshire Children's Theater.
Cool.
Yeah, mostly Berkshire Theater Group. I've been there for 4 years. 4 years now.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I love having people that do a lot of theater involved with the music because they tend to be confident and outgoing and expressive. And this is an important thing because like a lot of chorals get kind of slow, and that's why I like this group. So, you know, keep the theater thing going. Lots of energy.
Very loud.
Are you looking forward to this concert Sunday?
Very.
Do you have a favorite piece?
I knew O Salutaris before this. And I was already a fan of the piece, so it's like heaven in a room.
That's very interesting to me as a choral person that you would have heard that. I think that's very cool because this is a fairly obscure choral nerd contemporary piece by Eric Essenwalds, who's like a Estonian composer for 8-part chorus and 2 high sopranos.
Yeah.
And maybe you're going to sing that someday. Right now I've got the ones that have been in the group for 6, 8, 10 years doing that, but you've got that high soprano thing going, so we'll do it. Okay, well, thank you. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
So, this is Devon and Brit. Tell us about yourselves. How long have I known you?
Okay, so we met you, Jack, when we were studying at MCLA in 2010.
Oh.
We started,
So,
2010.
We were in your chamber choir there.
Right.
So I think I did the women's choir that you had as well. So we did a couple of years of that, and then we left in 2011. We got married, and that's actually when we found out we were pregnant with our son.
Right.
And that was the first summer of Ubi.
And you've sung a lot of different Berkshire lyric stuff, diving in and out between kids and doing things. And you both sang with us in Ozawa Hall just a month or two ago.
We did,
Bob's and Mozart.
for the Mozart Requiem.
So tomorrow morning we're having this is something exciting relating to your family. We do this kids choral camp every year. And who came this morning?
Our daughter Emily.
Tell us about her.
Wow.
She's a spitfire.
She's great.
She's shy at first, so we were a little nervous that it would take her some time to warm up and come out of her shell, but she sings at home all day, all night. We actually have to tell her, enough, it's time for bed. We can hear you.
And she'll just lay in her bed and she'll sing
herself to sleep
all night long.
Well,
Yeah.
I've met her a few times, but I got to work with her this morning, and she's a peach and very musical, and not the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So tell us what's different about Ubi Caritas in terms of other choirs that you might have done, or what do you like about it or don't like about it? No, what do you like about it?
I like that it's been really a good learning experience for me. It really pushes me outside of my comfort zone to sing in a smaller choir.
Yeah.
You know, it forces me to be a little bit more upfront with my, with what I need to do, and being more dynamic and making sure that I'm, on top of it, because if you hear it if it's not there. So it's really pushed me to become a better, more confident singer over the 10 years that we've been doing this together, and I appreciate it immensely.
Yeah. Well, you've got a lot to be proud of. In the first 10, when this started 10 years ago, you've got 2 kids now. I mean, this is like a cool thing. Really cool. It's been a productive 10 years.
This is great.
Thank you, guys. You're wonderful.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Thank you.
That's it. I'm Jack Brown. I'm the artistic director of Berkshire Lyric. And artistic director gets thrown around a bit. I'm the conductor. But I like the idea of artistic director because I've been here long enough, in 16 years, that I get to think very long term about where the program's going and all the different pieces of Berkshire Lyric. Berkshire Lyric is different than a lot of groups because we're not just a single community chorus. Our flagship is the Berkshire Lyric Chorus, which has between 70 and 100 singers, depending on what we're doing. And the highlight of their year is singing at Ozawa Hall with an orchestra, doing big oratorio rep. We just did the Mozart Requiem and the Brahms Schicksalslied. So that's really, most of the adults that kind of, fund the thing and serve on the board. But it's been very important to me as choirs sort of get older and older and older to freshen it up with as much of an education program as possible. So the thing I liked about Lyric when I got here, we already had a children's chorus. I didn't think I was going to work with that, but it turns out I love it. And that's something I've done for a long time here. We also have a high school girl group called Melodious Accord, which is pretty select. It's 10, 12 girls. They're all very high level. They sing a cappella, things with piano, many different languages. They were able to get together in this sort of second half of the pandemic and be very kind of a public face of Berkshire Lyric in a lot of different ways. We have a chamber chorus of about 30 singers that moves a little faster. They did a Far Requiem and a program of contemporary motets this spring when it was harder for the big group to work. And of course we had the Berkshire Lyric chorus. And this video is celebrating the 10th anniversary of Ubi Caritas, which is sort of our little, one of our bright feathers in the cap that I came up with 10 years ago. And we were originally called the Emergency Fuel Fund Camerata because one of the churches was going to raise money for the Emergency Fuel Fund. And it was too hard to say. And one of the pieces we did that year is a famous motet by the French composer Durflé called Ubi Caritas, which is essentially about the nature of love and where you find love in the world and how you share it. So the kids like that piece so much that we took our name from that, and we've worked with probably 15 different faith communities up and down Berkshire County over this time. Some years 4 concerts in a row, some years 3. And working with those communities, they take the offering themselves. We don't count it, we just get an amount later, a little thank you note usually. And it's added up to well over $10,000. So it's a fun thing for us. It doesn't cost us a lot to do this. We don't need an accompanist, we don't need a piano there, we don't need a big pipe organ. We just need, like I say, a pitch pipe and good acoustics and these kids. Special thing that I get to work with young people a lot. I have the high school choir age at Hotchkiss. And I really love this group because we can extend that to people that are in college and especially to me, out of college. There are a lot of wonderful singers in this group that are 25, 26, 28 that have a lot of training. They're doing different things in their life now. And I just hate it when they have this background or they're in an arc and a trajectory and then it all just kind of stops. So I think this group, it's wonderful for the new kids that are in it to be sitting 2 seats down from somebody that's really got their act together. And it raises everybody's game. And I like that kind of mini intergenerational aspect of Ubi Caritas. Now most of these people also sing with the big choir, which is just great. So they have a critical mass of people their age and interest, and they make new friendships with people different ages and people younger than them actually. So that's why I love Ubi Caritas. I love choral music. Some of the kids alluded to the fact that we spread a lot of community within the group and also outside the group into the community. And you can't beat music, you can't beat choral singing. We've got a lot of literature, and you can find talent when they're 16, 17, and that talent can explode over a 3 or 4 year period. Unlike if you want to be a really fine cellist, it's hard to start that at 18. But there are a lot of singers, there's a lot of room for good singers. And I encourage people to check out Berkshire Lyric, come to all our concerts. And go Ubi, another 10 years.